Good evening and welcome to Africa's Vision Network. Africa's Vision Network is a show that deals with cultural awareness, education, economic empowerment, religion, spirituality, and other issues dealing with the African world. I am Princess Ayo, your host for the show. We have an exciting program this evening. We will be hearing from our guest how you can free your mind by becoming more conscious of ancient African culture and civilization through various vehicles such as study groups, tours, etc. And our guest will discuss these issues. I'm looking forward to this, particularly in my life. It's time for me to deal with some karmic issues, so I hope you're also ready. Our special guest is none other than Anthony T. Browder, a native of Chicago, Illinois, a graduate of Howard University College of Fine Arts. He is a father, which I guess is the most important thing to him, if he's anything like me, graphic artist, writer, lecturer, Egyptologist, is that right? And cultural historian. Mr. Browder is the founder and director of the Institute of Karmic Guidance, which has served the Washington metropolitan area since 1981 as an educational organization devoted to the recovery and application of ancient African history, culture, and wisdom. Through the Institute of Karmic Guidance, Anthony Browder has touched the lives of tens of thousands throughout the world. He has lectured in multiple forums within the United States, Africa, Europe, Japan, and Mexico. He has conducted national and international radio and television interviews and has been the subject of numerous newspaper and magazine articles. Since 1987, Mr. Browder has personally escorted 1,000 or over thousands of people on study tours to Egypt, West Africa, and Mexico, reacquainting them with their ancient African heritage. He has written 5 titles and 1 study guide, which are currently being used in the United States, Africa, England, and Japan. Included in these publications are 2 which he co-authored with his daughter, which is how I met him, Atlantis Thai, and Mr. Browder is dedicated to the reconstruction of African history. Welcome to our show.
Thank you very much. Wonderful introduction.
We're so glad to have you with us.
It's a pleasure to be
talk
here.
about, I hope we get into this karmic thing. And I know we're going to ask you about yourself, but as we go into talking about the work that you do in the Institute, I have a mother who's a born-again Christian. She's a Baptist. And she gets very concerned when I talk about karma and mantra, because she says, are you getting into anything? Like an Indian, Hindu, what's going on? So could you explain for her and for other mothers who may be concerned, what is karma and what's it related to and to us as Christians and Muslims?
Karma is essentially a basic universal principle, cause and effect. Most Christians know it as the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The good that you do to others comes back to you. The bad that you do to others comes back to you. It's a universal constant. Karma is a Sanskrit word which specifically speaks to that reality. And so if you understand that everything in life is reciprocal, this concept is related to an ancient Egyptian or Kemetic concept known as Ma'at. Ma'at is probably one of the oldest universal spiritual concepts that humans have used for thousands of years at least. And it's based upon the understanding that what you do to the universe would do to you. And so if you understand this basic reality that you get back what you give out, then that serves as a guide to help you live a moral, righteous, and truthful life. And when you see that everything in the universe, everything in life is reciprocal, and you understand that there is this cause and effect relationship, then that serves as a motivation for doing right, doing good, because that's what your heart tells you to do.
So it's really, karma is really something studied in all religions.
It's an aspect of Judaism, Christianity, Islam. It's called different things by different cultures, and it's nothing to fear.
Okay. Hopefully she's calm now. She'll say, I don't believe you talked about me on the air. But tell us how you became interested in ancient African history.
Well, my interest in ancient Kemet, Kemet is the original name for the country that we now call Egypt, came about as a result of my discovering after college that there was a history of Africa that I had never really been exposed to, a wonderful, glorious history of Africa. And when I began to read about ancient Egypt, and specifically when I discovered that the ancient Egyptians were African. I have to say this because during my years in Chicago in elementary school and in high school, I grew up believing that the Egyptians were white because that's what my teachers said, that's what it said in the encyclopedia, the World Book Encyclopedia. And it wasn't until I began to be exposed to other material that showed me that the Egyptians were people of African ancestry that I began to see that nation as a nation of cultural significance to me. And then in 1980, I had an opportunity to make my first trip to Egypt, and that was a trip that literally changed my life because I had an opportunity to see knowledge and information that I felt was intentionally withheld from my formal educational process. As a person of African ancestry, it was important for me to see the first building ever created by human beings. The Step Pyramid of Saqqara is still standing in Africa, designed by an African architect.